your mic up a little bit? Like, nah, you can bring it this way toward me. Yeah, make sure you talk that part right there.
Okay, right here.
Yeah, you still in focus? You good?
Yeah. You focus on his eye, so it's good.
All right, perfect. Let me just make sure. Juan can't see sometimes. Oh yeah, here we go.
Is he gonna stay like that?
Yeah, he be all right. Well, that's the thing. You let me know if it's not, and then we go from there. All right, mic check. All right, More Than Masters podcast. Host Maine, of course. I got a special guest to the other side of me, man. My guy, cousin Colby. What's going on, man?
What up, G?
What's up? What you been at, man?
Hey, you know me, ducked off, cook up. I'm back now, bro.
You been going for a little minute. I ain't gonna lie.
It has been a little minute.
And then you kind of came back and you said, nah, never mind.
Yeah.
Like, you told us, like,
Yeah.
you had a podcast drop. You had this ridiculous amount for a book that I was gonna pay for, though. I was gonna pay for it regardless. I remember hitting him up like, that book $100 for real? You was like, yeah, that's all right, cool. I'll start saving $10 a week. I'll be able to buy it when it come out. Haven't seen it drop yet, but it's all good.
Yeah.
And I'm be, anybody know, like friends wise, I'm always on them. Like,
he gonna be on it.
Like,
So
why
when
is
it's
it
gonna
not
drop? Yeah.
I need to know when, why it's not, what was the hold up. I need to know everything.
Yeah, man. At that point I was testing my community. I was going so long, I lost my community.
Right.
So it was like, why drop it?
You know what? First of all, let me say this. Also, we got Jason X. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna say Juanito. We called him Juanito. I thought it was a good name for him. He pulled me to the side one day and said, "Hey man, look." And then my name, my
Juanito.
friend. You know? Hey, that's why I was trying to give him. I was trying to give him bags and bilingual stuff, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? He trying to Spanish. But I got my man Juan in here. But yeah, you had a great following too.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna tell you where I feel like it would stop. That was your show. Like you had the store, and then you were doing the show out of the store.
Right.
And then you just stopped for whatever reason. We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
And then you didn't have the store no more.
Right.
So then now you even less accessible.
Yeah.
I've seen you a few times because I was doing producing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you'll pop out, drop some jewels, and hide back in your corner, or whatever.
Batman. Yeah.
So let's start from there, man. Like, tell us about. Let's talk about the old store and just the show and stuff like that too.
Yeah. So like, man, look, I had that idea 8 years before I did it, and it was me and a group of family members. We was putting money into an account, and at that time I was actually working at a third party Apple reseller. It was like the biggest in the East Coast, and it was like when the iPhone 4s came out, and we was repairing phones, bruh. And I saw where everything was going because we was repairing the phones every day, and I was like, you know what, we should do this, and they talked me out of it. I wish I wouldn't have listened, because I probably would have been the first cell phone repair company in the U.S. Who knows, right? But anyway, I didn't do it till 8 years later, right after my dad passed. My dad died in 2016. I was working at Apple. I was on leave, and I was like, you know what? I ain't going back. And then I dropped the store. My dad died in October 2016. I opened the store in November. And then I ran that for about 2 years. It failed. It crashed. Man, anybody that got any type of business venture, here's one thing they gotta learn. I gotta understand, man. Look, like, this is why the mom and pop era, like, is not with us today, right? This is because mom and pop was owning the job. That's all they was doing. It wasn't like scaling the business, right? If you are the CEO and the employee, that's all you're doing. You're owning the job. You don't put in enough hours or enough time to scale the company because you're busy running the company, being the employee, right? There's a reason why those roles exist. So for me, I got stuck in those roles. I got stuck in being the employee. Then when I tried to scale out, it wasn't time to scale out because I didn't put the proper steps in place. And it fell on his face. And then on top of that, I had to deal with the grieving of my father because I just dropped the store like a month, maybe a month, probably not even that long after he died. My dad was my heart. That was my best friend. My dad held us down like when my mother left, when nobody was there. So I didn't deal with it.
Not to cut you up real quick, and it's really because Juan is in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can, just give people a little history on that. Cause I know you, and I don't want to. I know what you mean when you say that.
You're right.
I know you for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
Since I was like 12.
Yeah.
I wasn't living down here yet.
Yeah.
And so it's how many of y'all was it?
So it's middle. I'm the middle of 9.
9 boys. Too,
Yeah,
right?
9 boys, 9 brothers.
And you live. I've never seen your mom.
Yeah.
Like since it's 2004, I think I first met you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never seen your mom. It was just your dad there.
Yeah. So,
with his wife was.
Yeah. My biological mother was like non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Like, she left when I was 6. I went to kindergarten. My kindergarten graduation. I was there by myself. Somebody had gave me a ride to go to my kindergarten graduation, and I was there by myself, walking across the stage. Anyway, I grew up with abandonment, just that mindset. Little boy looking for his mom who wasn't present. My dad was the one that held us down. My dad was my mom. Even though he hardcore, he ain't showing us love like that. Like,
right.
Like no dad can really show you the love of, you know what I'm saying? What mom can actually give you.
I say this all the time, and I think I said this to Juan in our last episode. I said, as much as my girls are daddy's girls,
Yeah.
Nobody gonna love you like your mom.
Nah,
like it's no love like a mom's love.
Yeah. Then when they present, you know
When
what I'm saying?
that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because they grow to know
But
you.
you know that, and then like you're searching for that because you know you have a mom, but you don't have that, and most people have that. It's actually sometimes it's the other way around.
Yeah.
And we speak with that a lot of times. Like people so used to father not being present that when you tell this story, I guarantee it's gonna be interesting that people are like, what? Let me hear more about this story that just his dad is there.
Yeah, it's different because like it was in a time. I'm 85. Like I grew up 1985. You know what I'm saying? So like that was a time when fathers was really getting incarcerated. They wasn't present. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that.
They had to not be there for them women to get them benefits too.
Right. All it was a whole setup. Right. It was a whole setup. But nah, my pops, like he stayed. He working 2 or 3 jobs. He wasn't there because he was trying to support all these little guys, and we was being raised by my older brothers at the time.
Right.
Andre and Carlton, and they had to drop out of middle school to take care of us. You know what I'm saying? So it was just different just growing up with that type of environment, but you know, you figured out.
And I assume it also made you tough because I've been around y'all. Y'all probably some of the most toughest brothers I ever seen. Like, they brotherly fights ain't brotherly fights to me, bro. Like, I'm never talking to a brother that punched me that way. I'm never doing it. I don't care,
bro. Look, we had a lot of hate. We had a lot of hate in our heart. We had a lot of envy for each other. You know what I'm saying? It was just different. We grew up not tapping into your feelings. Like that don't matter. I mean, like, think about it. Like, you got all these boys in one crib, no real supervision. My dad got locked up one time. Like, he was probably locked up maybe a week. I'm in like kindergarten, first grade or something. I don't know. And I'm getting a call like, well, everybody going around and they passing the phone around and he on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, but my oldest brother, like 13 at the time. You feel me?
Right.
And like, he had to fend for us. He had to figure it out. So him and Dre, Carlton and Dre would go and they would rob. And they would go and they would scheme. They would find ways to feed everybody. They did whatever they could, but that ain't no place for no 13-year-old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I wanted to get that background because, like I said, Juan don't know, and I want to make sure if he asks questions, he has something, to add into it. And I do feel like it's a new audience I have now. We did one before, and we did a very extensive one before.
Right.
But this is a different audience, different time, different breed, and you coming back now. You know what I'm saying? Even your beard is different. It looks nice, by the way.
Appreciate it, bro.
But so I can understand the store, the mom and pop, comparisons you made or similar you made.
Yeah.
When you think about the show,
I'm
going to talk about the social media side of things.
Sure.
Perspective talk.
Yeah.
And this goes into even what you do. Like you're a public speaker, motivational speaker. However you want to, however people want to word it, but you speak publicly.
Right.
You motivate.
Right.
So this was something that was second nature for you anyway. Talking, having perspective. Like this is a regular thing for you to do.
Yeah, it ain't foreign to me. Yeah.
And I remember it being a regular show at one point. That's like you go live, you hit live, and you go. Like I remember it being that. And I remember you saying you hit me one day and saying, "Yo, what equipment you got?" Cause we had did a podcast that one time, right?
Yeah.
And like me, I always do. I tell anybody, "Yo, get this, get this."
Yeah, give me the game.
I might have sent him too much information behind with you because whatever equipment he got is not the one I had. He had some extra things, some top notch. I low key feel like he said, "What you got? Hey, get the best one. Don't get one my man got. Get a better one." Because that's how I felt. But like you had the show running where it was like it would change cameras, like from this person to that person as they was talking, almost like you watching ESPN or the TNT show that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I like the vibe of it. I remember seeing you going live, because the live Facebook show. I remember seeing you going live. I remember sometimes seeing the views up. I said a few times like in the thousands.
Yeah,
This is Augusta we talking about.
Yeah,
you get 20, you good.
Yeah,
like 20 is like you're popular.
Yeah,
100, you must be talking about some real.
Yeah,
incriminating stuff. 1,000 is like, whoa, what kind of perspective you talking about here? You know what I'm saying? And I remember seeing that, I remember thinking like, all right, let me get on my shit because Colby out of pocket right now. You know what I'm saying? But being happy at the same time, like I always shared it still and everything. Like it was a big production movement. So kind of talk to me. I guess it's funny, no pun intended. Your perspective, perspective talk. Whether the
I started going live, and it really. Anything that I do is really calculated, right? You know, I'm like when I reached out to you, it was to develop the information, the research, in order to figure out how to run this play efficiently in the best way possible. But I will then take that information and I'll test the theory. I want to know if it works for me. His information may not work for me, so I'm gonna test it on my platform and see if it works. So I would test it, and I just started with regular lives, and then I felt like, all right, people were interested in what I had to say, and I'm like, all right, boom, let me put some people with me, and let's develop a whole perspective with things, right? And then I had like my brother, shout out to him. I had my homegirl Weedy, shout out to her. Like I had them on at first originally, and then but the mix just wasn't right. It was just something missing, right? So I was like, all right, how can we develop this? How can we take this to the next level? And I made some connections. I met Janae Dawson. She a genius when it comes to just production, anything production. I don't even know who really gave me her contact. But I met Janae, we talked, and I'm like, look, this is what I'm trying to do. And the way I think about it is like I don't want to have the mom and pop mindset about anything. It was about how could I create something that's unique, different, organic, all in the same kind. How can I gumbo all of this and then take it to the next level, but also make it where it's not so reliant on me, right? So I got with Janae. We talked about it. I was like, "Look,
I ain't laughing. That's just funny you said that." But keep going, cause that's like a big foreshadow. But go ahead. That's a big foreshadow too. Now I think about it. But keep going.
Yeah. Keep going. So look, I'm like, yo, like, how can I figure this out? And I'm like, you know what? We can actually make content for people of color. So I'm like, I want to build a network. Why not? Like Facebook is about to scale to this. I knew the shows was coming. I was just watching the moves. I'm like, it don't like the stories had just came around for this was right after Facebook tried to buy Snapchat. Snapchat said no, and then boom, Facebook had already purchased Instagram. They nearly dropped the stories on Instagram. I said, this is where it got to go because you already got. You got subscribers that's not paying. You know what I'm saying? Like, where else you gonna go? You want to keep their attention. So I'm like, bet. Like, I know where this gonna go. So in my mind, it was like, all right, bet. If we build enough content, we'll be able to get our own show, and then we can take that to a whole nother level, right? I got with Janae, and I was like, she was throwing ideas. She was like, you can get people. I'm like, people? Like, what you mean? She was like, you get a whole production team. And I'm like, what? Like, so we connected with Payne. We got some people from Payne to actually come in, and we set up a whole production. And then the way it was set up, we had 3 or 4 phones, just 3 or 4 phones. I made sure they was the best phones. 3 or 4 phones. We connected them to the iPad, and behind the scenes, Janae was working the joint like a whole production. switching the cameras, everything. Then I was like, you know what? I could scale this. Like, that's what I do in business. I'm like, I could take this. We can make money with this.
Right.
So boom, I'm approaching companies. And I find out, all right, bet $100. I'm gonna give you 4 commercials doing my live. I got these type of stats. I just leverage that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, 3 episodes in, Colby had about 20 sponsors. It seemed like every time he would start, every time it was a pause, I seen an ad or like or ads behind him or something.
Live commercials. We got live commercials,
okay.
yo.
I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. It was like it was really like I'm not even saying this because he's here. It was really like a show for real.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I remember one time they didn't do it one week and people was even looking for it.
Yeah, people
and
looking
I was
for
like,
it.
Hey, I got something for y'all to listen to. I ain't stopped this week. What's going on? But that's really how it was for real. Like. And it was so many people doing stuff. I think you still had Neil and Fahim, the Bread Brothers, still doing their thing.
Yeah.
I was doing, and at the time, people were just trying to do stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
people tapping in,
you know how
trying
that
to
goes.
figure it out.
You
Yeah.
got to weed out the people that ain't gonna be
Hey,
around,
let me give you your
know?
flowers though. Like, you really got, that makes me remember, like, you really got the most consistent product that's out there on the market when it comes to Augusta. Like, the most consistent. That was we talking about 2016,
I know, it's
2017,
crazy.
bro.
I wasn't doing video. I was trying to put. I was
Yeah,
struggling
like-
with clips from my phone.
Yeah,
One
that's
phone,
crazy.
Not
Like,
his 5 phone
most
team he had, you know what I'm saying?
consistent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, yeah.
But yeah, and I also want to add that because I know he's saying a lot of things. Colby is failing to mention that he also had the bag at that time. All right, and I say this because I tell a story every time I see him.
What you talking
You know where we
about?
work at? Oh, I work at. We work at, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro,
A few times Colby came in there and was like, "Yo, yeah, I want to get this." Matter of fact, you know, you don't even know the department we work. He came and bought sheds of like 1 or 2 times. You know, them sheds ain't expensive.
they
I'm
up
like,
there.
Oh, man.
shed? I'm thinking he coming to me because he wanted this. Oh, now I'm straight. Just whatever the price is, just give it to me. Oh, okay. The $500 one, you sure? Yeah. Next, say something happened with it. I'm gonna get this one, the bigger one next time. I said, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. So he mentioned so keep in mind he mentioned all these phones, his whole production team.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, talk to the people, they were getting paid.
Yeah.
So I was throwing in that Colby had the bag. So whatever he was doing, apparently it was working.
Hey,
Don't let that mom and pop simile fool you. Like
we're figuring it out.
nah, he had to figure it out.
Hey, like shout out my homie Radiq. He say, put the paper up. You got to put the paper up, bro.
That
You
was
gotta
definitely
put
the
it
motto
up.
at that time.
Put the paper up.
And so I guess for the perspective talk, like at what point does because obviously how I knew you was how I met you initially was through my cousin, but my cousin was cool with Emmanuel because he went with his sister at the time
Sure,
so long
yeah.
ago, you know, all that blah blah
Yeah.
blah. All right, so Emmanuel, his wife, they had their own little following. They
Right,
sing,
right, yeah.
right. But they end up coming on the show, and I don't know how that happened, but they ended up coming on the show,
Yeah.
and then there was the 3 of y'all.
Yeah.
At this time, you would try to get people to fill in. I see 2 of them too, and
Yeah. You know, I think they was doing their own thing, and I just felt like the thing that would complement us both when it came to following. I know they was trying to get somewhere, right, with their music.
And
They
I
was
think they
trying
had
to
a
get.
video that went viral at the time too.
You said what?
They had a
yeah,
video
they
that
did.
was
They did.
viral.
I actually told them they was gonna go viral, and he didn't believe it. And I was like, nah, look, how these algorithms picking up, how this doing. I'm like, yeah, you'll be viral by Thursday. And he was like, really? And I'm like, bruh. And then like Wednesday, they went viral. But you had to, like I told them, I was like, but you only have a small window right here, and you really got to jump on top of it. Like ET, you said, he was like, take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime and the lifetime of that opportunity. And they missed it. They had it. I'm talking about I remember E told me he went to Texas for something, and he jumped in the Uber, and the guy recognized him. He in Texas. He ain't never been to Texas.
Right.
You feel me? Like, but you had so many eyes that watched that video. It don't. The crazy thing about these views, the views don't tell you how many times one person watched it.
Right.
You feel me? It tell you how many people collectively watched it, but it don't tell you how many times one person watched it. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, it's like you have an opportunity, and I would tell them, hey, look, like y'all who y'all managing? They need to be on top of this. They leverage this product. It's the same thing I did to get those sponsorships. I got those sponsorships because I was leveraging the numbers. when you throw them numbers to any business, it's a no-brainer. It's like, bro, you're not on Facebook. How you gonna get there? That's really it. And then like, well, I don't know. This how. I got a consistent number that people are watching me. Boom. All you got to do is put the investment behind it, $100 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they ran with it. It was easy work. So a lot of these people, like, you leverage those numbers for the opportunity. But the reason I brought them on, because I was like, it was a great combination. Me and E, man, we grew up right behind each other. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you can
jump
go
the
his
fence and you in his yard,
and you
bro.
In your backyard.
Yeah, like, and then they got big
though,
family too. You know what I'm saying? So, so it was like, it was a common interest. I was like, you know what? Let's run it. Let's see what happens with it. Ultimately, I broke the show though, you know, because I wanted to stick to the business. I felt like my quote unquote character, I don't know, you know, like we did a few episodes without me. I actually wanted to bring, shout out to Tyrus. I actually wanted to bring Tyrus on.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I wanted to bring Tyrus because I saw Tyrus going where he is now.
I saw it too, and I was actually trying to make sure my stuff was straight because I know when he took off, it was a wrap. Like,
yeah.
Tyrus
so
like,
I already knew what time it was. I saw it. I said, oh yeah, this finna be. So for me, business wise, it was like, ooh, let me catch this. This might be an opportunity. I don't know if Tyrus really knew at the time what he had. So I was like, bet, let's run it. Like, so, but at that time, I don't think Q and E was with it. So that's why I blame myself for breaking the show, because it was like, all right, y'all, like, let's bring together. I'm out, but I'm not out. I just want to scale it. Mm-hmm. I know we can get more. I want to get more. I want to get y'all paid. You feel me? Like, let's get to that place. That was me. So yeah.
So I have to ask the tough questions now. So, but do you think that scaling the show? You said breaking the show, scaling the show. Just step away from it rather.
Right.
Do you feel like that made them feel like that was their show at that point?
I don't know. I don't know if they felt like probably. But the way I look at it, man, look, that's perspective talk is my intellectual property. The conversation I had with Janae, I seen them kind of doing something with perspective talk or trying to do something with
that because and I spoke to you in passing about it, but we both was busy, so we didn't get the chance to like run down it, whatever. But they actually last year, I'm not mistaken, before COVID happened, I think E was trying to do another podcast. Yeah. And I remember he would go live just like y'all was doing at the time, different production, of course. Yeah. But it was called Perspective Talk at one point. They did a few episodes called Perspective Talk. I didn't see you there. Yeah. So me being me, I'm like, oh, so you producing the show? I'm thinking he behind the scenes or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, no. He didn't even know about it. Matter of fact, now I think about it, you even know.
I didn't know.
What? I was like,
bro, listen, I was Batman. I was tapped out all the way.
It was at AU. I had to finish producing Mo show at that time. Yeah. And I could produce something else, and we was talking. Yeah. Because you had that same thing that's in your hand. You had it then. You was like, I'm about to start my own show. Yeah. And I was like, oh, so you about to do the Perspective Talk with them? Mm-hmm. He was like, nah, why you said it? I'm like, oh, they doing one. Yeah. So I didn't mean to like break the news to you like that, but I thought that was there.
Nah, I didn't know. And then when I learned about it, even then, because I was still going through, like I really had to deal with the grieving. Like I had to go through therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like I really had to deal with that. My pops is gone. Like when I shut down my store, I was helping, I was coaching, I was building up a lot of people. Just like you said earlier, when you would call, you would get game. I was giving everybody free game. Everybody, like what? All right, bet. Try this, do this, whatever. And it was at no cost. Like I remember
coming to the store sometimes. Coming to the store, my phone wasn't broken. They're just coming. It was actually a spot you could just come up to and you get game, like and you leave. It's like a game store. You don't come with a bag, empty bag, right? Right. He throw mad quotes in that bag and just send you away home.
Like that's how it felt. The store was the spot. People used to come. I even put a board on the wall. Yep. Just for like running people plays of your business. Nah, this how you do this, whatever. But I gave so much away. It took away from mine. You know what I'm saying?
The young kids in there. They were actually doing stuff, so they had to be outside doing nonsense. They would come in there and be able to work and do this, that, and third. So it was really dope. Like that whole spot, that whole section was just dope. I liked it.
Yeah. So for me, I really was dealing with it. Just therapy, just trying to get my mentality together, get my mental health together. And So it wasn't maybe 2-3 months before I really tapped in, and then I saw it. So I called Janae and I'm like, yo, like,
had been
did
going
you
on for a while before
Yeah,
you see
like
it.
it had been going on for a while. I'll hit him up and I'm like, hey yo, did you know that they was doing this or whatever? Ain't no disrespect. I just felt like if somebody give you the respect, you give it back. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I kind of look at the game. That's how I look at things. You know what I'm saying? If I want you to win, it should be a mutual thing.
Right,
You
right,
win
right.
Too, you know. So anyway, I'm asking her. She was like, "Nah, I thought you gave them the right because it's your intellectual property." And I was like, "Nah, I did." I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, if you gotta feel that way when it comes down to it, we know each other.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like way back. That ain't nothing but a phone call. And for me, it just been like, all right, bet, let me figure this out or figure that out. Whatever the situation is, I want everybody to win. I know I've given away game. I've seen so many, and people gonna vouch for it when they see it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
When they see
definitely.
this, like they really gonna vouch for it. But it's people that I've coached and I've developed, I've gave game. I'm talking about anything from logos, branding ideas, structure of a business, anything you could think of. If I had the resource, it was like boom, oh bet.
But these are things you also get paid to do as well.
Yeah,
and for a lot of people, you weren't charging them.
Yeah, it was a lot of
It was
people.
off the love.
Yeah, just off the love because, and maybe I tricked myself just misinterpreting what Russell Simmons said. Russell Simmons had a book. I forgot what the book was. It was a while ago, and he was just talking about if you're a comedian, you always funny. Like a dollar amount should never determine your level of comedy. Like it should never determine that, right? So for me, at the core, like I'm motivation. Like I truly want you to win. I'm giving you game. When I talk to my brother ID, he like, bro, like, are you like your business mind is just different? You know what I'm saying? He like, bro, your ideas, just this, just that, like, and he's like, bro, like, for a lot of people, I think like what I had to learn is when I was going through that depression, I learned that, like you gave away so much, you allowed people to prostitute your gift. And that's what it was. And at that point I was empty. I'm like, nah, I ain't got no more game. I don't want to give you no more game. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, I was just done with it. I grew bitter because I was still dealing with what I was dealing with about my pops and my other two brothers, you know what I'm saying, who got killed. So it was like, it was really a fight that I really had to kind of really sit down and truly understand, like, all right, bro, like you got to get yourself together. So yeah.
Well, I wanted to. I'm glad it was perfect time. And talking to him is perfect, because I did want to talk about just not necessarily depression, but just depression amongst like you with the stuff you were dealing with.
Yeah.
In between the time now
Right.
and just the closing of the store.
Yeah.
Right. The first thing obviously was your dad. So I remember when that happened. I remember being. I was there. It was down here, right? It was at the funeral and everything. I was there, and I remember. I remember them, and I remember it. I remember seeing you, but I remember thinking to myself like, "Yo, he holding it well."
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
you even spoke to me the day of the wake and all that stuff, and like, just the whole, just everything about that day. To me, I don't know why everything just stood out.
Yeah.
And then now seeing how things have played out, it just life is fun like that. But
Yeah.
I remember thinking to myself like, okay, he's doing a real good job of holding that in, whatever it
Yeah.
is, because you was being the strongest one. You was the earliest one there. You
Yeah.
stayed latest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You made sure all this stuff was happening. You shaking anybody's hand.
Yeah.
I didn't see any emotion on you.
Yeah.
You come and talk to me like everything cool. I'm like, all right, this is odd, but cool. And that I did like that, but I also know that you went into a lot of things fast to not. I ain't saying to not deal with it, but it caused you not to deal with it when you probably should have.
Yeah,
because you just kept being on the move.
No,
you
that's
opened
real.
the store, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But aside from that, I think it's just my opinion, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or right.
Yeah.
But I thought about you during this time of you being depressed. I remember seeing you post some things, and I could tell stuff was bothering you, right?
Yeah.
And this is how I look at it, almost like a kid. Like I asked my brother or anybody that's like in a certain light, and once that light is not there no more, like I think Drake got this line like crazy. He said, "I think it's like you got to wait till the dark outside to see really with you." You know what I'm saying? And I think in seeing that, you seen all people you gave game, all people that were calling you all the time.
Yeah.
They probably won't calling you as much no more.
Yeah, no.
So
no.
this person's phone not broke. They ain't I'm talking to Colby for my phone
No.
ain't broke.
No, I
My
like
screen ain't cracked.
That-
Or he can't fix it now. What I need something for?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, I remember it was a chill spot. So mind you, people was up there at the store,
a lot.
just hanging out, just eating McDonald's, just watch, listen to him talk,
Right.
going live. Oh yeah, I'm in the spot with the big homie.
Yeah. No.
But people I hadn't seen him around.
Yeah.
So I knew that I didn't think about your dad at the time. 'Cause I didn't know that all that happened so quick with him dying in October and then you doing everything in November. I didn't really know that part.
Yeah.
But I did know that you was a very busy and / popular guy when you had this store.
Right.
And then I had a feeling, I said, the fact you had a store anymore, I guarantee you people are going to be either not calling him, not talking to him, or not giving him the same amount of time they were giving before. Yeah. And that can mess with you because you're so used to that that when you don't have it anymore, you really got to sit back and reflect like, okay, damn, that wasn't my friend.
Yeah, yeah. No, the store was...
I should have charged him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The store was the trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the thing. Or the belt. You feel me? That was like... I remember I saw Jip talking about it, and Jip talking about, like, you know, like, just how everything go away when you lose or whatever the situation is. And I think for a lot of people, that's what they get caught up in. Mm-hmm. They get caught up in that. But we also get caught up in, like, in the identity of, you become the person that people rely on. Somebody told me this, and this was, and I was still going through it. I really hadn't shook it yet. I was trying to get my step, you know, because, like, after you go through that, like think about it like this, right? Somebody you truly love, like, and I don't even know if I truly healed from Marcus getting killed in 2006.
Yeah, that was another one.
Then 6 years later, my brother Andre getting killed in 2012, and now 2014, my dad passed 4 years later, and then it's like, boom, like, or 2016, and then I'm like, all right. Like, I'm just going to do a business. So you're right. Like, the business hid the opportunity to deal with the grieving. It hid it. Because, like, it was like, boom, I'm busy. I don't have time to deal with it now, right? So I'm good. And then it's crazy because now, even I think about it, it's like, I'm like, dag, like, you wasn't even tapped in for real. And you was impacting a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, like, I had this thing on my back. And, like, they say hindsight is 20/20. So the inner workings of God, I think what God was doing on the back end, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna expose you to it, but I'm gonna take it away. So this what I dropped on Instagram one time. I said, God said to me, He said, I'm gonna give you everything, but I'm gonna take everything away. You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't process. It was like, like where I'm going to take you, you're not ready for it yet. So in order for me to get you prepared, I got to take everything away. You know what I'm saying? So when He took everything, and I'm like, hold on, it's real. Now I got to deal with it. And all I'm left with is the grieving and the healing. Now I got to deal with this, right? And now I got to figure it out. I'm like, but when I was about to release the book, and then when I was about to do some stuff, and do a little podcast, do that, like, that was me attempting to get my feet wet again. And it was like, nah, you ain't ready. You know,
I said maybe he's trying to stay busy, and then he just I was thinking that you just said, you know what, nope, I'm gonna go through it so that I ain't gotta backtrack later on. I thought you were just trying to face everything, right?
Yeah.
The book, real quick, when I said a ridiculous amount, he was gonna have a book. Yeah. He was gonna charge $100.
And I'm still gonna do it. So,
and I'm gonna pay it.
I'm still gonna do it.
I'm happy I didn't do what I was gonna do because I was gonna be
Black Friday this year. I'm gonna drop it.
He said that last year too, but I was gonna. Hey, you my man. You my man, but I gotta get at you. Hey, look, it is what it is. Because I was gonna give $100.
Hey, it's gonna be different. All right, whatever.
And I was gonna tell him, hey, just keep it until the book come out. I'd have been mad as hell.
I would have told you, nah. We good. Boy. Nah, but for real, like, like, I just know, man, look, I was trying to get my feet wet, and I realized, all right, I ain't ready. Because I still had some stuff I had to deal with. Like I realized I became bitter. I'm the one that motivate people. I impact people. That's who I am. And then I, like, real talk, like 2018, I started my year off praying, like, you know what? Like, God, help me lower my expectation of people. Because I have a gift. I can see your potential beyond where you are. So for me, I don't, the saying go like this. It say, Look at a man for what he is today, he become worse. But if you look at him for what he will become tomorrow, he gets better. So for me, that's the process. That's the logic that I have when I see people. I see you beyond where you are.
And how hard is it for you, right? Because I noticed about you already.
Yeah.
I actually noticed that. And I've talked to people that you talk to all the time, and they say the same things. And I can only speak, let's say I speak for the Blair Brothers. Not throwing them on the spot. I'm just going to the Blair Brothers because they're my guys. But, like, I know that you probably gave them game, and some they take, some they don't take. And I know because we're younger, so, of course, we don't know everything yet.
Yeah.
But sometimes we think we do because the position that we're in. We think we're in a winning position, so we're like, hey, this is working, so it's going to keep working. But you might see it's working now, but it's not going to work when you get here.
Right.
But because we're younger, maybe you might be feeling yourself, whatever it may be, you might not take the information. Yeah. So is it hard for you to see the potential in people and have them not take the information?
It used to be. It used to be. And that's why I had to ask God to help me lower my expectation. Because I couldn't. I didn't know how to, like, not see it. I didn't know how to, like, not... Like, but and yeah, I would give people free game, and a lot of them wouldn't take it.
I'll be honest with you, and you got a lot of game, right? Some of it is very risky too, and that's probably why you had the bag. Yeah, but let me just be honest with you. One time he gave me one idea, and it's like, I remember talking to like Slim and somebody else. He's like, "That's a good idea. It's a good idea." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I really ain't got it to risk like that." So you might know Colby got the bag. He might can do that. I ain't got the risk like that. But in hindsight, I knew it was a good idea. I just knew I couldn't commit to something. And since we homies, like I wasn't gonna be like, oh yeah, and not hear from you again. You know, or you're not hearing from me again.
Right.
That's what happens a lot of times. People scared to say no for whatever reason, and then they just dodge you. Yeah. I'm not a dodger. I'm not gonna dodge you. I might be busy, but I ain't about to dodge you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do it at the time, but I do know I've talked to other people that you've dealt with, and they even admitted like, yeah, you told me to do this, but I ain't do it. Now I wish I would have done it. Yeah. Had they told you, probably not. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, you do have a vision for a lot of things. Yeah. So a lot of time when you do see stuff, it's not for your gain. You're saying it ain't involve you at the time. Right. You just saying, hey, do this because I think this, that, and third. You got the numbers, you got the stuff to prove it, and it's up to that person to take it. You know? But I wanted to ask them about what you just said. As a motivator, right? When you depressed or you're not feeling it or you're not motivated, who motivates the motivator?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it. Is that then I had to learn. Then I had to now rebuild and insulate my whole logic, everything with people that was pouring into me. Unique Mackey, shout out to him. He said to me, we had a little meeting at the Mines, and this is me, like really. Like, I was so down, like, I had to rebuild mentally. I ain't even talking about community. I'm just re-tapping back into my community. But I had to, like, it took me that long to re-tap into myself mentally for however long I've been ducked off. It took me that long to figure it out, right? But I was having this conversation with him, and he was like, yeah, like, the people that you expecting to pour into you, it's impossible. It's an impossible task. And I was like, what that mean? Like what you mean? Like, it's mutual. Like, bro, if I scratch your back, scratch mine. Like, if I got an itch, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I look at it. It's like, what? Like, and he's like, nah, like, you're pouring down to these people. It's impossible for the people that's receiving this to pour back up to assist you. And I was like, ooh. Then I learned, I was like, all right, bet. It's like, so what you got to do, you got to get the people around you that can pour down to you. And then you won't have this issue where you end up empty. Because when you pouring out something, and this go hand in hand with anything, relationships, I don't care what the situation is, all right? If you're pouring down to assist somebody, you're going to run out. You're going. It is what it is. Like, it's inevitable.
Yeah, that's free too.
That's free right there. Like, you're going to run out. Like, real talk. So your job as the pourer, or the one that's pouring down to the people, right? Your job is to keep something flowing into you. And if you don't do that, then you risk the opportunity of going on empty, and you don't want to see what's going to happen when you go on empty, because now the whole dynamic, the whole connection, the whole pour, like, all that is gone. Because now you just dealing with yourself and you become alone. And that's what happened.
Yo, that was a great IG clip. I already know it's a beautiful Instagram clip. I ain't got to. I already know it, bro. I already know it. I already know it. Like 39 minutes. Nah, I already know it. You know what I'm saying? We good. But I like that though.
Yeah.
I did want to touch on, and I know we were going to do a podcast last year or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I say this stuff too, he was going to come back last year.
Yeah.
But then he didn't, right? So a lot of stuff that I haven't asked him yet, honestly, but a lot of stuff that I want to talk to him about happened last year, and it was so fresh that I'm happy we didn't do it last year. It was too fresh.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I know you mentioned, obviously, the two brothers, your dad, but also, and this is, like I said, 9 of y'all, it's a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like every couple of years, like something happens, a tragedy, and it's always, to me, it's like almost in the worst way, where it's like you're upset because it's things that sometimes can be avoided. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's at the hands of other people. And last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
The other brother passed, Antoine, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. So, Antoine. So, this is one thing I had to learn to acknowledge Antoine as what she would want to be acknowledged as, which was Felicia, right?
Right.
So,
right.
And I mean, it's a tough thing when you growing up with somebody who transitioned.
Before you even get into, I want to say Antoine was very funny. Felicia was very funny. Whichever one you went by, it was funny both ways. He, she, I don't care. He was funny, right? And you probably seen her before a few times in Lowe's, but not knowing it, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember like her always giving the managers a hard time. But since I knew her, like I always had to go over there like, hey yo, can you chill, please?
Just tone it down a little bit.
What do you want? These flowers, you can have them. You can have them. Go, you know what I'm saying? I always remember that, but because I knew them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But people don't know what I know, so they seeing something totally different.
Right.
I remember her, and I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? But I remember her coming through, and them thinking she was stealing something, right?
Yeah.
And she wasn't.
Yeah.
But I remember just her looking suspicious because she's walking around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know her. Like she good. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I often say like and that stuff like that. Even Adrian, like your brothers have taught me so much just about just that side of things that I always like to me they always mean something to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially Adrian. Like they just taught me so much with that because with that you have to have a level of respect.
Yeah.
Because what I do want to say before he says that, what I do want to say is. It's some people you can say, hey, you're this, you're that, in derogatory sense, and they gonna go home and cry about it. Yeah. Okay? Not them two. All right? They're liable to whoop your ass right then and there. And I knew this, so it always let me know to be very respectful, but that often taught me to be respectful to everybody like that because you don't know who was like that. Because if I didn't know them, I wouldn't know they was like that. Yeah. But because I know them, I knew they got 7 other brothers that were tougher, and they were very tough. I knew, okay, be respectful. Yeah. What do you want me to call you? All right, cool. I'm calling you that. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And I always want to give them respect. I always have respect for them, regardless of whatever they did or didn't do. It didn't matter. And everywhere they went, they had respect too.
Yeah. No, somebody had to educate me on that, and it's just I wanted to find out for myself, and they had to educate me and like look to the LGBTQ plus community, like that's disrespectful for you to acknowledge her for anything other than what she wanted to be acknowledged for. Right. And it is tough because I'm like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's but no, it's like that's what she wanted to be acknowledged as, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like to honor her, like, like I got the news, man. I was at work, and man, let me tell you this thing, man. Like with death, man. Like so, if you count, 2006, my brother Marcus was killed. 6 years later, my brother Andre was killed. 4 years later, my dad died, and then 4 years after that, my sister died. You know what I'm saying? Was brutally murdered. For me, like reality, I'm beyond the point of reality. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you know it can happen. You're not foreign to it. Mm-hmm. You know, death is around you, bro. One thing that death did for me and my brothers, we think about it every day. every day. It ain't a day that we alongside of the losses. You know, the positivity that it gave me though. It allowed me, like, when I'm talking to my kids, I'm talking to my wife, like, I admire certain things about them. I look at them for what they are. I'm looking at, like, how their prints lay on their hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at how their feet lay. I'm looking at their eyes. I'm looking at the texture of their eyes. I'm looking at, and it makes me cherish those moments. And it also allowed me to do things that a lot of the black community don't do. It allowed me to prepare them for if something were to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? And not be like this, superstitious, don't want to talk about it. Nah, I want one of the best life insurances we can get. So if something happened to me, y'all don't have no problems. Y'all gonna be good. Like, and then I'm having like real intellectual conversations with my 11-year-old son and just telling him, hey, look, like, if something happened, like, you got to pick up, continue the mission. Here's what you do. But and it's a tough thing to really like digest that. But at the end of the day, man, my sister like was brutally murdered. Somebody, and I don't know, she was found in the park. Somebody shot in the back of the head, and I don't know. It's a tough thing, and here I go going through the depression again, trying to figure it out. Like, but even more, I posted something today, and I was talking about anger isn't the absence of healing. It's just transferred. Like, you find ways to transfer that anger into something else, right? And I felt myself being tricked, to be real, and just to be blunt and as real as possible. I was just in a mode one day. I was being tough as I normally am, right? Trying to figure it out, and then anger arose, and it was like, all right, yeah, this what y'all asking for. This what you want. So now it's game time. It's like, all right, bet. Mm-hmm. Like, we gonna do this because I felt disrespected.
Right.
And I know Andre, I know Marcus. I just know they wouldn't have tolerated it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it really put me in the mode of, all right, do you go down this road? You know what I'm saying? Do you play this? And because I'm gonna be real. And God had to deal with me with that, right? So I was having just a conversation with myself, and God was like, look, you work so hard to become what you are. It shouldn't be so easy for you to go back. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. It's just one instance and you go back to being what you work hard to be, right? Mm-hmm. But I see it when I meet people, I could feel, if you street, I can feel that, I might be green to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I could feel that. It's like, no, he green. He ain't like that for real, or whatever the situation is. It's like, nah, like we went through the process of changing the texture, and what you think you want to see, or you think I might pretend to be, or whatever. Like, it was that for real. I'm the only one of my brothers, like only one out of all of them that didn't go to jail. Not because I wasn't doing dirt. I didn't get caught. I was really the orchestrator of a lot of things. It was like, nah, this is how you do that. When you go in this, you do this, you do that. Like, that's the moves. But anyway, I had to double up on therapy then. I really had to double up on therapy, and I had to learn certain things about myself. I had to learn certain things about these triggers, and I had to allow myself to tap out of that mode where it's like, and think about it. Like, at this point, I was still alone. Mm-hmm. The community was gone. Yeah, no store, no store. Like, what do you have? And then
during that time, I thought about you a lot because I was thinking about whether we good. Okay, I was thinking about whether or not that would be a trigger for you, because it was so, to me, it was so social media driven. Yeah. To whereas a lot of times, social media is social media. We be on there. Yeah. It's like now you can't even be on there. Yeah. Because ain't no telling what you're gonna see, because you've seen so many. This was like one of them things where people would just have their own stories about what this happened, that happened, this happened, and every day for like 2-3 weeks, it was some drama or something behind it. Right. It was like you couldn't even deal with what you're dealing with because you like, should I even pay attention to this? Should I not pay attention to this? Are they dropping something I need to know? Especially being in that mode of feeling like, or you feeling revenge, you feeling like, nah, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this because they ain't gonna do this. Yeah. And there's so much stuff that come along with that. Right. Because like I said, she was somebody who identified as a woman, but you know, she was born a man, and it's so much dealing with that. Right. I wonder. I was like, I hope that you know they able to. This is one time I hope the cops able to find these people before these brothers, because y'all done dealt with so much already. Yeah. I knew y'all was tired of dealing. I could see it. I could hear. You know how you tell somebody, you know, I'm sorry for your loss. It's almost like the responses was like, it's normal now. Like, all right, thanks, cool, you know. But I can just feel it through everybody. You know what I'm saying? All the brothers that I talked to around that time. So, but you definitely was on my mind during that time because I knew that you didn't have the store anymore. I knew that you weren't around social media like that no more. You popped in and out, but you wasn't, you know, fully on there. Yeah. And I think around that time, if I ain't mistaken, you had actually just came back out, like tried to. Yeah. And you doing back in there, you say,
I was about to. You know, like
we was actually talking at the time. Yeah, we was talking about doing something.
Yeah, I had planned on re-tapping in and rebuilding my community, and then you catch that blow, and then it's like, all right, you know what you do with this.
It was hard, like even for me to watch some of this stuff because me knowing y'all, and I know y'all know y'all. Even seeing certain people being called certain names of this is this. I'm like, nah, that's not true. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But people are thinking that because social media telling this is what it is. But since I know y'all, I already know y'all background. Yeah. So it was definitely hard watching it and wanting to, you want to say like, nah, that's not true, but it's like,
nah, you can't stay out of that. Nah, because like you can't get in that fight. Really, because like you'll never win
at all.
You'll never like that's a no-win situation, and you get in
people that don't know him, right? That feel like they know him more than let's say you, right? Yeah, because they was friends with him on Facebook for 4 years. Yeah. Whole time you knew him all his life.
Man, you can imagine. Like it's one thing. I'm gonna say this. Somebody hit me. It was a principal friend of mine, and he was geeked out. And this not really going left. I'm gonna bring it back, but it's like he was hitting me. He was talking about ET, and he was talking about, oh man, ET slept in abandoned buildings, ate out of trash cans, and like I had a moment when he was, and cause man, I got love for ET. You know what I'm saying? I'm retro ET. When my stepdaughter Micaiah was going to middle school, she's 22 now. Like when she was going to middle school, she was listening to it, going to school. You know what I'm saying? But and then he hit me and he's just telling me the story, and I'm like, well, I know the story. Then I had an epiphany, and I realized, I'm like, oh, you think that's the bottom? Cause I'm finna show you a basement with stairs. I'm finna really give you the game on really what it is. And that was the one thing that truly ignited me. It was like, all right, bet. My story finna show you. Like, and it's up to me to get it out there. And the best way to honor them is allowing people to tap in when they see I don't look like what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like right. for us, man, like it's so many things out there to trick you. It's more things out there to trick you than there are resources for you to win, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's way more. But you have to align yourself with the resources to win. And that's it. You can't count on those negatives because it will push you down that. I'm talking about like just the simple fact of when you tapping into music, like certain music be getting me in the mode, and I'm like, all right, get this trap, like let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now you're right.
Like it puts you in that, and then you gotta realize you gotta come back to reality. I'm like, bro, who gonna raise your son? You know what I'm saying? Like I had a conversation with Adrian and Howard, man, and we were just talking about money. We talking about growth. We talking about everything. Talking about how to move the family forward. This round time, we all of us really wasn't talking. We dealing with our own, situations, and we trying to figure it out for ourselves. And I'm having a conversation with them, and I'm like, listen, here's what you gotta understand. I had to chump Adrian off for something. He gonna be mad at me saying that. Yeah, but I had to chump him off for something. And I told him, I said, like, you can't fumble this opportunity, bruh. Like, some of us, and here's what I want people to understand. Like, some of us haven't seen a win since slavery, G. We ain't seen a dub since slavery. Like, when, like, you just download losing? That's how you live? Like, we just gonna eat the loss for life. We're not gonna win from this point on for the rest of our lives. That's it. Grandpa lost. His grandpa lost. You feel me? I ain't talking about his pop.
Right.
Everybody down the line lost. Like, how many times we gonna keep losing for us to truly understand that, bro, you got to seize this moment. You got to seize this opportunity. And I told him, I'm like, gee, listen, here's what he was like, bro, just because you don't like, because I was getting on him about partying, going out. I'm like, you can do that. I'm good. Like, that's cool. But understand, like, when you get to a point where now you scratching your head worrying about the pocketbook, it's like, bro, that probably ain't a good move. You feel me? So I'm telling him this, and he was like, bro, like, just because you don't like to go out and socialize and do this and do that, and I'm like, bro, don't get it twisted. Like, I want to sit on the beach and drink mimosas too. You feel me? But I want you to understand this, is that, bro, like, we got to get a W. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me the other day, they was like, like, are you ever satisfied or something like that? And I'm like, bro, like, this generation where I'm at, I don't get the satisfaction. I get the sacrifice. You feel me? I get the sacrifice so my son can get the satisfaction. You feel me? Like, that's where I'm at. And the more I tap in, there, we could truly, align ourselves with the greatness that we possess. You know what I'm saying? Like I dig that deep. So for my partner who called me about the ET thing, I'm like, listen, like, I'm finna show y'all. Mark my words. Whenever this show come out, I'm going to be the number one speaker in the world. Period. Not because I'm just saying I'm going to be the number one. I know, like, I'm built like that. Not because I'm saying I'm built like that either. It's like, bro, I went through loss after loss after loss after loss, and I still ain't get taken out. You ever watch the movie? You see like the John Claus, or you see the buddy like toe up. He shot, and you think he dead at the end of the movie, and then he come back. That's me. Like, I was never dead. I had things that was life threatening. I had things that could have took me out. But oh God,
Die Hard. That's what I thought about.
Die Hard. Like,
Perfect.
It's a wrap, bro.
Perfect.
I'm coming back. Like, so for me, yeah, I was down for a minute. Yep. All those people they took the free game. They kind of won with it. Mm-hmm. They should have stayed, but it's cool. You should have stayed partner. You should have stayed connected, because now I got to look at you funny. There's no disrespect, because I still want you to win. You just can't win with the information that I got now. This okay though. Not for free. Not for free. It's cool. Yeah. I love you. You know what I'm saying? I still want you to win, G. But I guarantee, moving forward, I'm telling you, like I said this the other day. I was like, I think a lot of people be keeping the line open just in case you blow up. They'll keep the line open just in case something happen. You feel me?
Right.
You know, the fake check on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't real.
I'm not going to get into the detail of what you said, but I know you said something that made sense when you first walked in, and you was like, I made sure I burnt that bridge. Yeah. Like, I like people like that. Like, like, I don't want to ever have to use you again or feel like I need to use you. So I'm going to burn the bridge because
it's rap.
I don't care, but people won't burn the bridge. And you got, I know it's like sayings always cross sayings. So you got people that's like genuinely there for you. Yeah. And you got people that genuinely just don't want that bridge to burn. Right. Because they may need you. They don't care what you got going on. Yeah. But they're good at acting like.
Yeah, they're keeping that lifeline open. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, they want to see just in case you might, because you're the most potential in their life. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what they gonna do if, like, like, they don't want to be the one that happened when you blow up to give you a call. They want to already be there. So it's cool. I respect you. I see it. I want you to know that I see it. It's cool. But I guarantee, bro, I'm gonna be the number one speaker in the world. They gonna see it. I got a real story, bro. And all these speakers, and I know these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got Inky Johnson. Love Inky. I got Inky Johnson number in my phone, bruh. Like, I went through it, bruh. Like, I'm a survivor. These cats out here, it's people out here who losing people for real. Somebody died during COVID. Somebody died previously. Somebody died yesterday, and they don't know how they gonna move forward. I'm that new guy that they haven't heard that's gonna take them and get them through the grief. I'm that dude. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the speaking and motivating and public speaking and stuff like that, right? So where are you at with that? Because I know at one point you was doing a lot of speaking in schools and things like that. Like, did you ever stop that?
Yeah, I stopped it.
Cause I would assume you couldn't be around it. You can't fake. You can't fake the motivation.
You can't fake that. Yeah, you can't fake that. And
I'm pretty sure you had turned down a lot of money, a lot of gigs.
I turned down a lot of gigs. I just wasn't in the right mindset. I wasn't in the right mindset, and I was doing pretty good on the gigs. You know, I was doing little tours, but I wasn't in the right mindset. And kids know. That's know
another
that.
thing. In that world, you have to be either really good at being conniving, which people are, or you got to be very, very genuine because you can't be in the middle because they're gonna sense that and they won't rock with you.
Yeah, no.
You won't be able to touch. You won't be able to reach the kids.
Yeah, because it's like the way my message is like when you hear me, you feel it. And like I listen, like I'm as humble as they come. You feel me? But for a lot of people, like when they hear this, some gonna feel like I'm arrogant. Some going whatever. But like you got to go through what I went through, bro. You know what I'm saying? To feel like this, but it's okay. I'm wearing me. I ain't wearing you. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing me. So I'm just living the best me I can, right? Mm-hmm. So when you out there and you in front of 300-400 people, you can't fake that texture. You know what I'm saying? I got footage of me like gym, both sides, pep rally style, like whole room quiet. Everybody want to meet, shake hands with me after. You know what I'm saying? Like want to know, want to ask questions. Oh, I got this going on. People crying, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I knew that I wouldn't best serve these people if I came out and I was still dealing with the thing that I need to heal from. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, I had to stop that. But right now, what you see on social media is me just giving the game, right? I'm circulating all my old stuff. That's the play. The play is I'm running the play of I want you to see me active. Sponsorship, ads crazy. And this Rick McGee. And I'm gonna tell you why it's Rick fault. We in the store and I'm talking to Rick and I was giving him game on. I'm like, bro, like you need this, you need that for your shop. Like it's like you got a global brand, you should be making money this way, whatever. And I'm giving him game. And he's like, we were talking about my brand. I was like, yeah, I might come back with this ain't no the average. I don't know what I'm gonna do, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah. He was like, when you was out here, he was like, your stuff was everywhere and your brand was fine. He was like, then you just faded to black. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And I'm just downloading it. I'm like, all right.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes people say words they don't know. Like telling somebody they fade to black is wild when you really. But we I want some change, and he spoke for an hour about all the reasons why he didn't do what he did. And tell him like you fade to black. Like, that's like
he
the ultimate, like
he knows.
That's crazy,
so it's cool. It's all love. So for me, it was like, all right, bet. So next time I see Rick, I'm gonna ask him like, seen my stuff. I know he's seen it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like now I made sure you seen it. I'm finna be real aggravating. I'm finna be everywhere in your face. And you going, so my thing is like, so this the play. I run it, I make sure you see it, and then boom, when I come in to ask my boy Byron, that's my new sales guy, when he come in and he asks for the ticket, I'm gonna get it, cause you already seen me. When I'm reaching the schools, I know you got the budget. The schools got the budget. Here's why they got the budget. Because they didn't run school last year. Like, they weren't visiting. Nobody was visiting like that. Now, they probably paid for virtual stuff, but you saved a lot of money.
Not really, yeah.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. So when I
last
asked,
year cap space and this year cap space.
So when I asked for my 25, I want every bit of my 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever the budget is, let's figure it out. You 30 minutes away, we'll figure it out. But for me, it's like, if I paint the picture of you seeing me active, like it's just momentum. I just need to be in the realm. And when you see me, boom, when I come in to ask, it's like,
Well, let me ask you this, because you did mention money, and we talking about you being active and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I think I can't speak for everybody, but is motivational speaking or just public speaking, is that becoming a oversaturated
Industry?
Yeah, market industry? I only said it because sometimes people think that because they done gave one person advice.
Yeah, they actually, yeah.
Like you're a good big brother. That's
Yeah.
what big brothers do. You're
Right.
a good you're a good auntie.
Right.
You're not a public speaker. You're not a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
You're a great auntie.
Yeah.
And continue to do so. I'm not paying you for being a great auntie. These ancient nieces and nephews say these are kids that's in the real world.
Yeah. Yo, I don't know. You know, I feel like, look, if this your lane you want to tap in, I mean, you might feel something. It might be real to you. You feel like you got a story. Let's see. Jump out in front of. It's risky, right? But jump out in like it's a whole different ball game. You get in front of 300-400 people,
trying to tell
and
you.
you talking to real people. These are people lives. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, so I'm glad we got this, because like, even I want you to kind of go into too, like, what goes into the speaker. People think that they're like, now you came talking. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. I'm gonna tell you too. Me and him set this up today when I text you. So it wasn't even 4 or 5 hours. First of all, let me tell you, he pulled my move. He didn't respond to me in a minute. He didn't respond. He pulled my move. That's my move. I said, question mark. Like, what we doing? He said, tonight? I'm like, nah, I told you tomorrow. But cool, it's wrong with tonight. I'm that guy. I can do it. Yeah. So it was like last minute. So everything he's saying and stuff like this is like, it's from here. It's from his heart and stuff. But at the same time, he's a real speaker. He really know like when to say this and why and how to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna move you. Yeah. It's just in his nature to do so. That's somebody I want to pay, not somebody who just. Everybody got a good story. You can tell me a good story right now, but it might take you. Well, I'm not a speaker like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's my God, right? But it might take him an hour. But out of that hour, I'm gonna get a good 20 minutes. Okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying somebody 25 or whatever. Whatever price. I don't know what your price is, but whatever your price is. I ain't paying nobody that just to tell me something. Speak for an hour and I get 5 good minutes. I don't want that. I need you to, from start to finish, I need to be moved.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And so tell me what goes into, like, when you go into these schools or when you're giving a speech or something like that.
Yeah, man. I think for a lot of us in the speaking industry, I think when I first did it, my first opportunity, like, that was the only time I was nervous when I first did it. And I had to psych myself into doing it. I knew I was going to do it, and I had to psych myself into actually doing it. Then when I went out there, it was like, oh, it's game time. What
was the feeling like going out there? Like the first feeling, like,
well, I had to go in the bathroom, go in the mirror, and like, nah, you can do this.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms is heavy. He's bombing on the sweater already.
Hey, so what? I had to go. I had to figure it out, G. I had to figure it out, and I'm talking to myself, and I'm like, all right, bet you got it, like you. And then when I went out there, it was like, oh yeah, like love at first sight. This what you designed to do. You know what I'm saying? So ever since, it's like,
was it paid? No, yes.
No, first one, nah.
Oh,
you got to put in that work. You got to put in that work.
That's
to
another thing.
Get a check.
Can you tell people that they can't charge if they haven't done that? Like, you need to have some kind of background for me to pay you to do something.
Cause you don't even know, like you get better by the mistakes. But if you charge,
I told you that today, Juan. I told you that today. In somewhat, it was both of us, but we made a big mistake, and I was just trying to tell him,
it's like you get better by the mistakes. So like if you jumping out there or you're trying, you're refusing, you're forfeiting the opportunity to make a mistake. Oh, I'm charging 1,000. You ain't got one speaking gig. It don't make sense, right? What you jumping out there for? You got to figure it out. You got to figure out what works. A lot of times, and you change up stuff every time. I really had to. I'm gonna be 100. Like I had to pay. I pay $600 a month right now for a coach. I'm getting back in the game. You feel me? Things change. I ain't been speaking 3 years almost. Like I got all the whole setup. I got everything I need. But the old stuff probably ain't gonna work now. You got to pay to play. Definitely. So for me, it was like, all right, bet. I know who doing it. So let me get the game from him. Boom, I'm paying him. He give me the game. I'm like, bet, it's a wrap. But if you're not willing to invest in yourself, you're calling for somebody else to invest in you, that's like Like, I don't know what that is.
Call
Like,
it a scheme in America.
yeah.
This is America. We call it a scheme.
Yeah, like it's like that don't work. You gotta go and get the data, and you gotta find out what it take. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, man. You know, my first principle is fall in love with information.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing that can take you further than information will. Period. I've been saying this for years. For years. That's my first principle. Fall in love. Everything. God is information. Everything. Like, just using that, allowing that. It's on my website. Like, information. I'm giving you that free game. If you utilize that information will take you further than where you are. Wherever you are in life. This is just a rule of thumb. Wherever you are in life, if you want to be somewhere else, the name of the game is not how many jobs I need to get there. It's not how much more money I need to make to get there. It's none of that, right? If you chasing any of that, you lost. And you're going to be forever chasing that, and you won't get to where you want to go. The way to get to where you want to go is, what information I don't have that I need to get in order to get me where I want to go. That's the game. So once you realize it's information, now it's like, all right, bet. Information gonna get you access to the money. You can't get the money though if you don't get access to the people, because people holding the pocketbooks. Don't make sense. You chasing the money for, like, and you don't have the information to know how to get the money, and you skipping the whole step and not realizing you need the information to leverage that information for the people, and then you can get the bag. That's how it works. But some people ain't willing to pay to play. It's like, hey, bro, I just want you to give me game. It's cool if you want people to give you game, but that don't mean you gonna be at the franchise level. That don't mean you gonna be at the top level of your class or wherever greatness you wanna experience. You're not going to get there. The only way you get there first, value the information. You value the information now becomes leverage for you to even be in the conversation with the people who got the bag. Because if I didn't have the right information, we couldn't have a great conversation about anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we think, oh, if you wanna have, somebody had this on Facebook. It was the funniest thing to me, and I was like, bro, this one I learned is like, bro, don't get in the comments. Don't play these games with people. Right? Somebody it was like, would you rather have $1 million or spend a year with Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, and Bill Gates? And I saw people talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna flip that million. I'm like, nigga, you don't know how to flip 1,000. You talking about $1 million, bro? That would kill you, G. If you don't understand how to utilize that will kill you. You and your family, it's finna wipe y'all out. You think the money is coming? Oh no, now you got it. There's nothing you can say no to.
Right.
You feel me?
With that scenario, though, I want to stay on that because I don't want to be the person that I like to be real. So when people, I've seen scenarios, not that one. That one is way different than I've seen. Maybe I'm just following the wrong people. You know me, but I've seen people say, like, would you rather have $1 million or have dinner with Jay-Z? And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Dinner's not that long. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna take the $1 million. I'm gonna take the $1 million. Yeah. I feel like I can probably pay him to have dinner with me if that's the case. You know, throw him $100,000. Maybe he'll have dinner. I don't know, but the year thing that might be a little different.
With all three of them,
I'm not gonna lie. That's wild, push on the film. I'm gonna ask for some money. I'm just
all right. So
push on the show.
I'm gonna give you some games. So look, I got a friend. Shout out to my friend Asanka, man. Me and Asanka pretty cool. He's a nobody to many people, right? Me and Asanka, we made a connection when I was working at a gym. Me and Asanka, me and my wife went to New York. We went to New York. And we was there for our anniversary. And I wanted to go see Asanka. This is the anniversary. She didn't want to go. All right? Asanka, I knew the potential. And we talked about this earlier. I could see the potential where people going. He's a corporate lawyer, a corporate attorney in Manhattan. Right? He got connections. So for me, it was like, nah, bro, I don't go to the trip. I want to go to the trip not to celebrate. I want to go to the trip to create more opportunities for me, the next generation. That's the way I look at life. So for me, anyway, Asanka I don't know if people know Richard Branson, who happened to be the billionaire of Virgin Mobile, Virgin Airlines, all that. He just went to space. He
came
created,
back already?
Huh?
He just there now?
No, he went to space and came back.
Oh, okay.
He
Right?
was up there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and came back. Assanka in the picture with him and Richard Branson play tennis together. This dude a billionaire.
Wow.
This my guy. He posting pictures. He with Elon Musk. You feel me? The thing is, it's like, yeah, $1 million is cool. Because in your mind, you think like, this is the first time I ever get $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Biblically, they already tell you, teach a man how to fish. He get to eat for a lifetime. If you feed him, he only get to eat for a day. That one conversation, that one in New York, if I'd have went and spent time with Assanka one time, who knows where I would have been right now. If she'd have just been like, all right, let's go.
Hey, hold on. You tell your wife this?
Yeah, she know.
Okay.
She know it now because she a real business owner now. I'll be look, you know you messed that up. But anyway, I let her know now. But the thing is, the way I look at it is, it could be one thing in that dinner with Jay-Z that's going to trigger y'all to be friends for a lifetime. Now you friends with a billionaire for a lifetime. This is a once in a lifetime chance. You will never get this again. You probably will only make $1 million one time in your life. But one thing, I'm going to take the risk. One thing we could have said to each other, and now me and Jay-Z friends, and now I got a billionaire friend that I can call at any moment. It's a wrap. The least, at that point, I'm willing to risk that. The least I can make is $1 million a year. He a billionaire. He gonna put me in the opportunities. Same thing that happened to Assanka. Assanka started. I asked him, I'm like, bro, you in these pictures with Shaq? Shaq owned 50 brands, 50 different brands. I don't know if y'all saw the video that went viral. I was at that conference with Shaq, like, who owned Elvis Presley? Who owned Marilyn Monroe? Who owned Forever 21? Who owned JCPenney? And he just spitting out brands. He's like, I do. He owned all these brands. Like, that's priceless stuff. Like, you would never get. That's once in a lifetime opportunities. Like, and if they can give you the game in a lunch or a dinner, they can give you the game of how you ran your play. I'm gonna tell you, I tried to get a play. I know a millionaire right now. I hit his inbox several times. Matter of fact, he came to the store, my original store. He cooked us because we weren't ready. We presented to him like Shark Tank, all that. Cooked us, bro. Like, basically walked out. Like, y'all ain't ready.
It's a no for me.
Forfeited that opportunity. We wasn't ready. And I'm glad he did. After that, I've been trying to get a meeting with him. I blew it though. I'm trying to get a meeting with him. One time I hit him, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm gonna be real. One meeting, 15 minutes with you, not only gonna change my life, but it's gonna change people that I know I impact. Hundreds of lives. Just one meeting with them, with you. Cause I just wanna know the play. Just give me the play. Why? It's because I value information. The information that Jay-Z got, the information that Mark Zuckerberg got, the information that Warren Buffett got, the information that Bill Gates got is enough information to not only feed you for a lifetime, but it's going to feed your entire generation and some for a lifetime. I'm willing to risk that. Fuck the $1 million. I don't need that. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I've been broke for a long time.
You gonna stay broke.
I know.
You gonna stay broke with the $1 million. It's like, look, like Floyd Money Mayweather said this. He was like you can have what he said. You can have $100 million and not know what to do with it. You still broke.
But you know what? So let me ask you about this mindset. What about the mindset of fake it till you make it? People that has made it doing that, right?
Yeah.
If I get $1 million, I probably can fake it till I make it though. I'm just optimistic.
But what you gonna do? Like how you win yourself into growing that $1 million into
I'm not
$2
gonna
million?
lie, I'm lazy, so I ain't no telling. But just looking at it, I'm gonna be good for a little while.
Yeah, for a lot of people, the first thing they're gonna do, they're gonna quit their job. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
yeah, I'm definitely quitting.
I got a job and I got 2 businesses. You feel me? Still, and they like, bro, why you still here? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is what it is. Like, for me, it's like the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna quit your job, your one source of income, because you got $1 million that was given to you. The problem is, and here's why I say it's gonna kill you. It's because you never went through the process to understand how can you attain $10 million. You still operating on a $1,400, $1,500, $3,000 a month salary. So you skip the process. So this is what, 45, 55, 60 maybe $1,000 you making a year. So you just skipped the process. So you didn't get trained. You didn't go through the process of washing the dishes. You just manager one day. Nah, skip that. You CEO. Mm-hmm. What you gonna do with that company?
Yeah.
You gonna run it into the ground.
See, but you and I for me, I'm not doing that stuff. Like the stuff he said, I'm not doing. I'm definitely quitting. But I'm gonna get.
You said you gonna quit?
Yeah, I'm definitely quitting.
Okay.
Definitely quitting. Because I can get that back anytime.
Right.
That's second nature to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Running somebody's stuff is not hard because the blueprint right there.
Yeah.
Like no matter what it is, being a man just know it ain't hard because the blueprint is there for you. Just follow the rules.
Right.
And that's it. But I was definitely staying in the same budget though at first. Because ain't no point. If I'm making $60,000 a year, that means I was good making $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
So I put the rest up. I ain't even telling nobody I got $1 million. Nobody. First of all, I might get killed. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
And then
they gonna try to rob you.
Also, or I'm not saying like you, but I have the situation with everybody around me now.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you chilling today? No. For what? don't you gotta work? You ain't got $1 million. Shit, nigga,
hey, look, the play that I would run if that were me, let's just say I had to take the $1 million, right? I would buy myself into the conversations.
Fake. See, as I said,
I gotta buy myself into the conversations with the investors. I gotta figure out how do I grow this? Like, what did you do? You make $6 million a month? Like how? I need to figure that out. Shaq looked like a big dummy to a lot of people. When you look at him, like, nah, buddy ain't smart. That's how he got there.
You gotta have the people around you too, even though because he's a basketball player. I'm not saying he's not smart, but also you having the right team around you. They're gonna have you invest in the right businesses too. Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying like he's sitting down saying like, you know what, I need to buy Elvis Presley or I need to buy this. Yeah, but it might be the team he has.
What awarded him that first conversation where he got in the room with one person to ignite the chemistry or the network for all the other opportunities that he ran into? Because how is he different from any other player? There's a lot of players out there that ain't really doing big investments like Shaq. Like, what awarded him the opportunity? Some say it was the conversation with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was different. Magic Johnson,
it could be that.
It could be that, right?
Definitely.
I don't know, right? But it starts with just being curious and finding out how do you win yourself to these opportunities, and then now leverage that or use the opportunity. If you're going to, in a nutshell, if you're going to take the $1 million, man, you got to figure out like how to grow that. And the only way you figure out, and that's reverse engineering it. The only way you figure that out is getting in the conversations with the people. Not people who done made 100,000, somebody who done made 10 million. Because they gonna show you. Cause like one thing, so right now, like when I did the first store, I closed that first store. It was tough. I don't know. We spent a lot of money starting that.
You had the bag.
Yeah, like
you had $1 million. You had the $1 million.
Look, but when I opened the second store, I was able to do a third store in a shorter period of time than doing the first store originally. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I once you do it, you kind of learn the process. You learn through the mistakes. You learn through it. Right. Now it's easier, right? It's easier. When you playing the game, whatever, it's easier for the next level because you kind of understand the dynamic of how things work. So you don't need somebody who almost getting to $1 million. You need that on paper that they making $10-15 million a year, and they truly understand what $1 million look like. Because that $15 million dude is gonna tell you that $1 million ain't enough, but this is how I'm gonna get you to 1.5 or 1.6, and now you're in a different conversation with different people. Me Mills did the same thing. He had a conversation with the dude from
the Patriots and whatnot. Robert Kraft.
Is it the Patriots? No, it was the dude that owned the Sixers.
What's his name? You're the biggest Meek fan in the room.
I don't know.
Yeah, somebody got him.
Yeah, he started asking, the right questions. Gary Vee had a conversation with Jeezy. Like, bro, like, y'all just rapping and y'all just going to get liquor. Like, why? Nah, he like revitalized one of these brands that you grew up with. Go get a brand. Go get Wheaties. Wheaties going down. Go buy Wheaties. Buy it with your likeness and then flip the company and sell it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing. Like, but anyway, the real algorithm that you have to figure out, and I say algorithm because algorithms are tough to figure out. The real algorithm that you have to figure out is you have to figure out not how to make $1 million. You got to figure out how to make 10, 15, 20 million dollars so that you can keep the $1 million. That's the game, man. Holla at me next year, though. Holla at me next year.
So I want to talk about the stores too. So
Yeah.
What went into even getting into the second store? Cause the second time around.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say your first store now,
Yeah.
but your second store, obviously, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you mentioned something just a minute ago about how you did it already, so you know how to make the mistakes. I had a business a while when I was 19 too, and I remember all the mistakes that we made during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you mentioned like what you're gonna do with money, I know some quick ways to make some money because like I said, some blueprints are already there. The
Right.
money is gonna be made. You just gotta buy into the right process and actually know the process.
Right.
So aside from that, but like, what went into you picking a location? Because you was way in Grovetown.
Yeah.
I told you the first time I went to the store, they sent me to damn
Harlem or
Thompson.
I don't know what this dude with.
And I'm like, because remember, you wasn't there when I broke my phone, actually. Which was like, wow, because he had literally just opened the store. Like, I didn't even know. Like, so I don't know what I would have did had he not, you know what I'm saying? Because at the time, my phone.
Perfect time.
I was a little loyal. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of too loyal. My phone broke in the time you have it, I ain't go nowhere. Yeah. I just kept the crack screen. I didn't go nowhere because I ain't never know what to do. I always just went to him or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That
so
was terrible, bro.
Yeah, I know. My phone was. I don't know what happened, but it's like I don't know. Colby. Now I think about it, I don't know, man. The energy with you is just, I don't know because I spoke to him and next thing I know my phone broke.
It's me. It's me now. I'm putting curses on people's phones again.
When Colby come to the studio, they throw this big party in the back and block cars in.
Bro, I don't
apparently.
know. I don't know what's that about.
Matter of fact, my case. I'm gonna show my case on my phone now because all right, it's just cracked now. You see, but it ain't my screen.
You the upgraded.
Yeah, you know, I a little something.
You get a little bag now. You got upgrade.
PPP loan. Nah, but so what went into you picking that location? Because like I said, it is in Grovetown.
Yeah.
But I know Grovetown is also a growing city right now.
Yeah.
So what went into that? Like the whole process?
Grovetown was the second spot that I was gonna do originally. Right. Rest in peace to Keith. Keith was one of my business partners early on at the first store. We had some creative differences and kind of parted ways, but that was something that we had tapped in and we said we was gonna do, right? And bro, like I'm real big on your word. Like I ain't really on the contract and I ain't finna hold you. You say you gonna do this, then do that. All right. I ain't even putting a timeline on it. Mm-hmm. But you gonna do it, do it. So for me, it was like that's one thing that I had manifested. I said I was gonna do. My mentee, one of my mentees, Darkees, came and he like, bro, let's do this story. And he had been on me about it for like a year. And I was like, I don't know. Because I was still going through my healing process. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, man, it just brought up bad memories for me. It was like, nah, a lot of people that was rocking with me no longer rock. You know what I'm saying? All that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, nah, I don't want to tap in. And then finally he's like, bro, let's do it. I got my half. I got this. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. What? At that point, I was like, you know what? Like, I want to do something different this time around. I want to create the opportunity for people, for the next generation. I want to expose them to entrepreneurship. I want to expose them to a level of business that they don't get exposed to. And right then, I had just hit my homie. I was telling him about a college, and he worked at a college. I ain't going to drop all that, but he worked at a college. And I was like, hey, bro, y'all hurting in those numbers, ain't y'all? Like y'all numbers that drop down, whatever. He was like, yeah, we talk about it every Friday. I said, introduce this idea. Don't tell him it's from me. Just introduce this idea. I said, y'all need to introduce entrepreneurship. and then market that. Because y'all an institution, y'all can do that. Y'all do y'all own classes anyway. Market that, and I guarantee the numbers go up. And it worked. You feel me? So,
did you charge him for that knowledge?
No, I ain't charging for that. That's my guy. Shout out to him. He know what it is.
I see why you're not taking the dinner. I see why he taking the dinner. He got the money. He ain't charging you.
Whatever, bro.
You probably picking up the tab too, ain't you?
Nah, I ain't picking up the tab. Nah, I ain't doing
Hope
that.
them pay
I don't
my
even go out. I don't even go out like that. But nah, for me, it was like exposing them to a level of entrepreneurship that they hadn't been exposed to. So when he was in, it was like, boom, let's do it. I think it got too tough for him, and he tapped out. I had to do what I said I was going to do, honor that. I kept it rolling, and I figured out how to scale the company. Somebody told me this when I, and this free game, I'm going to give y'all this. Somebody told me this. I think it was a coach that we paid for. We paid her a lot of money too. She gave me these 2 gyms, right? And we really paid a lot of money for her. But anyway, she was like, she was like, stop trading hours for dollars. And I was like, like I could see myself. It's an employee mindset. You get stuck on that, right? You
F for 9 to 5. F for 9 to 5.
It's like, you know what? This is how you think as an employee, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I work this many times or this many days, I can get this in return, whatever. No. And the real concept that you should have is, what can I create one time that's going to pay me forever? Or pay me monthly that I don't have to work for or manage. Like, that's the real algorithm that you have to figure out in your life. And once you do that, boom, that's one revenue stream. Everybody wants, I want 7 or several revenue streams, whatever the situation. You got to figure that out first. The first thing you got to figure out what can you create one time that you can get paid for forever. That's one. But anyway, the other thing she told me, she was like, if your business needs you in order for it to work, it's not a business. And I was like, oh man, I instantly knew where I messed up. My businesses was so relying on me that if I was out of it, it wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. So my thing was, in that time, even going through the rhythm of healing and all that, I had to learn. It was like, how can I scale this company and make it work without me? So I got a job. It was like, boom, that's going to keep me busy. It forced me to figure out how to make this thing work. And we had bumps and bruises, but I figured it out. And in the moment I figured it out, I duplicated it. Because at that point, I mastered it.
Right.
It was like, all right, I got a system here. It ain't the sharpest system.
But it's working.
It's working, right? And the whole goal is not to make a bunch of money first. The goal is to make $1. That's it. Make $1 profit. Mm-hmm. $1 profit. Because if you can make $1 profit, that means that everything is paying for itself. It don't need you in order for it to work. It's a well-oiled machine.
Right.
It's going to continue regardless. So if I can make $1, I'm good from that point. So now it's like, all right, bet. Let me double my investment and do the same thing. 8 months, boom, open another one. The whole goal is for you to make $1. That's it. Because once I do that, then it gave me room to now take these 2 investments and create a third one that I don't have to front. You feel me? So anyway, that's the whole concept. And that's one of the reasons, like, I tapped in. I said I was going to go to Grovetown, and I tapped in. I went to Grovetown. Now I'm back on our side.
But on the side of Grovetown, the business is doing well over there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, like it could. I mean, every business can.
But it's still, I'm saying it's still growing. So like,
yeah.
I think just being in that area is dope right now because that area is growing.
Yeah,
like,
it is. I had to learn to invest in certain marketing, tools. Right off, like, in any business or anything that you want to do, people talk all this stuff about, oh, I want a team. I need a team. I need this. And it's like, the truth is you don't need a team. Not right off, right? You got to create the role of the position first. Mm. Once you create the role of the position, then you know how to lead that team member into being successful at what you employed them to be. Mm-hmm. But if you don't create the position, it's non-existent, right? So how you create the position is the real question, right? So it's like, all right, bet. Like, I can't manage. I got so many things. I got Cousin Colby Inspire. I got this new business venture I got 2 stores now. My wife just started her dispatching company. I'm doing a lot of things for that. So it's like my hands in a lot of things. So for me, it was like, all right, bet. Like, how do I delegate these services? You employ people. You find the specialists. Somebody told me this story. A story about a Jewish man and a neighbor, right? And I might be screwing this story up. But
definitely screwing it up.
Am I?
I don't know.
Like he knew the story. But anyway, look, the Jewish man and the neighbor, like Jewish, they live in the same neighborhood. Neighbor who's retired, he noticed that like he keep his lawn nice. Right? He cut his grass. He keep his cars washed. He wash his cars. He do all the maintenance around his crib. When you look over to the Jewish man, he realized that the Jewish man have the same benefit or the same amenities. His yard is nice, his cars is washed, but he never see him out there. So he asked him one day when he was out there, and he was like, "Yo, like what? Like I never see you change your brakes or whatever." And Jewish man just told him, like, "Look, like I spend more time doing what I master, and I let the masters be what they are, and I pay them. I make enough money." So that I can keep my time, right? I make enough money to pay the people that do what they do, that master at whatever they do, and I get to keep my time. That's it. It's that simple. So I learned, when I learned that concept, it was like, all right, bet. So yeah, I might be good at branding. I might be good at promoting or content creation, all that, but I'm not a master at it. So my goal, what you charge? All right, bet. Now I got to go back and get enough money so I can pay you. Then I go back and get enough money so I can pay them. Now I got that position. That's how you create the positions. Now you learn later, all right, I could probably save a lot of that money. You know what I'm saying? Let me employ somebody. Because if I'm paying you $800 a month for the content creation of just this one thing, I could pay somebody $15 an hour and they do all of my stuff. But you learn that you can even create that opportunity by paying somebody $800 a month. So anyway,
that's a very American way of doing things. I like that though. Because you're gonna spend the money first to get the system going. Yeah, and then you water it down. I seen you do enough. I got you now.
Right. Yeah. It's like now you know. Now you know how to manage it. It gives you the trial and error. It's investment, right? But
I worked for a company that did that. They had specialists at one point in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? And then they don't no more. Yeah. And now they just want regular people to know how to do this. Yep. Which is very odd, but it's saving them a lot of money, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Because from paying somebody $20 an hour, now you're paying them $12.
Yeah. Yeah. But they needed to know what the role entailed. Yeah, exactly. They needed the data. Exactly. And that's to go back to fall in love with information. I needed to pay to play. I needed to understand what this role entail. Oh, that's what they do.
Not for nothing though, but that's why I do like working for certain companies, because like you get to learn a lot if you really pay attention. I know people like to say, no pun intended you, but I know people like to say like I work for myself, I ain't doing this. But really that give you a blueprint of what you need to do when you get out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's real. I used to be like that.
I know. You had mad stuff going on at the same time.
Like,
Kobe, he was not about to work for nobody.
No, what? Work for somebody? What you talking about? I was on Dame Dash. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was out of pocket. Talking to him was wild.
Like, what you doing working for somebody? But it was only playing into like the potential of what I knew you had. Right, the problem is I wasn't giving you enough data to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like people just jumping out there.
Every time I talk to him, he was like, "Nah, man, you gotta do this. You gotta." I'm like, "Bro, I don't have no business right now. Right? I want to learn what I'm doing here and take it."
Hey, look, I did it. I worked for Peach Mac. I worked for Apple. I learned the game. Once I had enough of the data, it was like, bam, do your own store. I'm gonna keep it 100. This the ultimate secret. Shout out to Neil. Only reason I'm saying shout out to Neil is because a lot of people, this is like a perfect trait, and he probably the only other person that I ever met that do something that he don't enjoy. but it bring him a bag and
Right.
it works.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So for him, he was like, bro, I don't even like cutting grass. I'm like, what?
You couldn't tell, right?
You could not tell. You feel me? So for me, it was like this, man, fixing phones. I don't touch phones. First time I touched that store has been open almost 10, 11 months. First phone I touched was the other day. That was only because one of my guys had to go on he needed a vacation. You feel me? That was the first time. And I was over there trying to figure stuff out. Like this is my store. I'm still over there trying to figure stuff out.
So, story time. Now, yo, let me tell you, the last time I run my phone, Colby one that fixed it, right? So I called the next day. I said, yo, it ain't working. I said, this ain't working. And I was trying. You remember how it was just pressing buttons and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
It was doing the drum. I don't know. It was just doing something. When I asked him to do it, I was like, I can call the wrong person. I don't need this. So I went to the next dude, and the dude, he keeps saying, he did it. And I don't know. Whatever he did, I was like, thank you. So you take tips? Because I don't know what's going on. But I couldn't be mad because I got a great discount. So I wasn't tripping, but it was just like, okay, I see what's going on here. You just the face. You
Stop playing, man. Hey, look, that's a game. You learn it, you figure it out, you figure out how to run it, and then you find out where you master.
Nah, for real.
And I'm master at building the business. I'm not a good employee. I'm just not. And it's okay. You're not a good employee. It is what it is. And that was me. I'm not a good employee. And so I made sure that I stayed in my lane when it come to building the business.
I want to ask you these few questions before we get. I want to just say this, like, for one, do tell and kind of intel like the two businesses, two stores, what they about. I know we talk about a lot of stuff, and most people know anyway, but just people that got this far, that's just talking, just kind of wind down. Want to make sure I get that part out, like where they at, where they located, and what service do they offer? Because not just phone. I believe you said tablets and laptops too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, tablets, laptop.
Yeah, order parts if I'm mistaken, if need be and stuff.
A lot of the Android parts we don't have on hand. There's so many Android phones out there. But
it's all right. It's just Android.
We can get that part usually in 1 or 2 days. It's pretty fast. You know, a lot of people not willing to wait, but it is what it is.
But predominantly, people come there just they crack their screen. They want to fix ASAP.
Yeah, that's really the driver. You know what I'm saying? Or we might upsell you on screen protectors and cases. A lot of the carriers right now charging the arm and the leg, so we capitalize on that. We provide that service. We tapping into game consoles. Another thing,
they're fixing games now.
Yeah, we're gonna tap in. So another thing that we're gonna do is pretty soon, not yet. I don't know if I should try this. Whatever. We're gonna be one of the first in the Hebsburg and the Grovetown area to accept crypto as a payment for service. We're gonna tap into that a little bit.
What do you mean crypto, like?
Cryptocurrency. So you can come in and pay with your cryptocurrency.
Oh, he got a lot of that.
Yeah. So
he got Doge.
Yeah.
Or whatever that's called.
So a lot of people don't know where to spend it. Well, you can't really spend it many places. So I'm finna give you a way to spend it. But there's a long-term play, and I'll tell you that off air.
Gotcha.
About how you
Risk,
utilize
gotcha.
that.
Yeah.
Is it a risk? No, I don't think so. But
look at his face.
I ain't said nothing, man.
But no, so we provide that. We're on Grovetown. We in Grovetown on Riceboro Road, 5110 Suite B, Riceboro Road. And then the next one we're doing is on Tobacco Road. It's 2816. I think 2816. Might be 26.
When y'all opening?
We opening this Friday. So
okay.
This Friday coming, we gonna do a grand opening. My long time coming business partner in this store is Alton Webb, Roddy Webb. That's my guy. And we go back.
Okay.
We go back. Let me tell you, man. I know for a lot of people it's probably ironic because they see me being as green, street recognized street, and we was able to connect in a different way. When I was doing photography, he was promoting. We joined forces on different promoting opportunities. We talked business. I told him about his potential. A lot of the game that like he probably didn't know. Him coming from the projects and just kind of learning and turning street into business. He created an opportunity for himself. I'm showing him how to take that and take it further. You know what I'm saying? So he jumped in with me. We partnered up and created this store, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
All right. I wanted to end with you saying this is something me and him spoke about and want to do more. I like for people to be supported if possible, but I know it's multiple ways to support somebody. So if you can, just look at the camera you're talking if you want, but just telling me who you are, what you do, and what's some ways they can support you.
So I go by Cousin Colby. I'm on all social media platforms. If you look up Cousin Colby, definitely patronize with my stores. We're doing something different. I really got legwork in mentoring, impacting these youth. I'm probably one of the first ones to expose them to entrepreneurship. I'm taking them from the schools, mentoring every day at a school, and then exposing them to entrepreneurship. You know, doing it before a lot of people even thought about that was a thing. But I'm giving them game on life. You know, giving them game on their adulthood. You're going to be an adult longer than you're going to be a kid. So for me, it's about giving you access to that information a lot sooner so you can become wealthier, healthier a lot sooner and do it more and faster than I did. Cousin Colby, inspire.com is my website. You want to check me out. I got some apparel there. We got different things we got going on, but support me, follow me. I might become a gym or two. You know, I might become somebody who could impact you in whatever way. Definitely tell me how I sucked on this interview. Like that's that's what I want to hear. I want to hear the negatives. We get that a lot, but I think that's pretty much it.
Nah, I definitely think it was dope. I don't know, Juan, you be here for interviews. How you feel about that?
That was dope. It was one of the best ones.
Yeah, he even said he just kept making faces. I
He was locked in.
I was locked in, man.
I felt like you was rapping. He was funk. Every time he was making a face like, you hear that?
Let me say this real quick. This is something I just thought about. It's like, look, no matter what it is that you do, man, you're going to acquire. And I say it like this for a reason. You're going to acquire haters, right? I remember when I was first out there and I was speaking, the people I was coaching, like people in our own city, and I love my people. You know what I'm saying? Like I would get words of people that's in my industry coming back talking crazy about me to the people that I was coaching, and then they would get advice from the people that I was coaching, which was crazy in itself. And then I even went as far as those people I would go and try to offer olive branches because we could do more together by investing in them. A few of them gave it back. They like, nah, I don't want my investment. Your money is not good here, sir. You know what I'm saying? But I said that to say is like, bro, like who you are right now is not who you will become tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So act accordingly. When it comes to that, you might be feeling a certain way about a person, whether you hate them, whether you don't acknowledge it, whatever. But there's a reason. Somebody twisting. There's something that's like beyond us, divine, that might be twisting up the information in your head, throwing you off the course of the person you really need to be connected to. But for some reason, they bring out the demon in you. Whatever that's about, I don't know. But like challenge yourself beyond that point. To go to a place with that person and find out why. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm hating? Why I don't like you? Why I don't like your podcast? Like, why you suck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. And I think the ultimate connection through all of us, right, is like our stories. There's some similarity that you got that I need. There's some similarities that we all got that we can all stay connected to. And that would change anything. You walk in the elevator and somebody upset. The moment you start sharing your story, I bet you they leave the elevator and they gonna be a different person. Because there's something that's in your story that's similar to theirs, and it's gonna ignite something to make them realize whatever they was upset about when they got in the elevator, it ain't that bad. That's game.
Hey man, shout out to cousin Colby, man.
Shout
Free of
out to him.
charge. Oh, I love it, man. Love America.
Crazy, man.
All right, man. Morning Master Podcast. We out.
We out.